So we have been renovating our abandoned home for a year and a half now, and we've been pretty lucky that neither of us has gotten injured yet. Like,
Jenna Phillips and her partner show us what goes on behind the scenes when they try to fix up their abandoned home.
Injured yet? Like, I fell through the floor once, but it wasn't that bad. You know, I was able to walk it off. No broken bones. But yesterday,
The worst thing you can do when trying to fix up your house yourself isn't just losing money, and it actually seems smart when you're going through the process. Here's Maria's house. She inherited hundreds of thousands of dollars, so she bought a lot in Tyler, Texas. She built this monstrosity, and in the process, she not only ran out of money, but she ended up going through a divorce because of the stress of fixing up a house herself. Check out Juan's property. He saved up money. His wife advised him, let's start investing in real estate. So they bought a fixer-upper. They started the rehab. They gutted everything out. As you can see, halfway through the rehab, they got a survey and found out that part of the property was not permitted with the city, and the city halted their project and wanted them to tear down the entire property. They ended up running out of money and they had to foreclose on their property. Most people think that if you fix your property up yourself, you're gonna save yourself thousands of dollars. Not to discourage you, but that mindset can have you end up like Maria and Juan. According to Rachel Hoffman, a contributing writer to Angie's List, she says the average 1,250 square foot home can cost you upwards of $75,000 to do a complete rehab. Here are the top mistakes that people make when trying to fix their house themselves. Hey everybody, my name is Vince. I'm the CEO of OT Home Buyers. We're one of the best real estate investment companies in DFW, and we help sellers get cash offers for their property. Sometimes in order to cut costs, people try to fix the house themselves, don't get the proper permits because the city has no idea what they're doing. But the challenge is going to come when you're trying to resell the property, and any prudent investor is going to want to know if permits were used to fix up the property, because if not, the city may come through and ask them to tear it down so it's up to city standards. And you may run into a petty city official that might give you a hard time. And then another thing, if you're selling it to a regular person and they're getting an FHA home loan or a conventional home loan, it has to pass inspection, and you're gonna have to prove the same thing. So do it right the first time. The second mistake people make after the property is completely rehabbed is selling it based off of emotions. Just because you put $100,000 into the property, just because you think the property is worth $200,000 or whatever the case, the market dictates that price. In order to sell your property for the correct price, you need to get what's called a certified market analysis or an appraisal. If you can't afford an appraisal, which is going to be upwards of $1,500, what you can do that's super inexpensive is simply ask a realtor to do what's called a certified market analysis. Most realtors, and I'm not a realtor, are going to be willing to get you a certified market analysis for free in hopes to win your business. However, if you know that you're not going to give them the business and you're only using them for their expertise, I highly recommend paying them for their time. But most realtors are still going to insist on doing it for free just to show you they're willing to give you value so you can list the property with them. And number three, which I see too often, is over renovating the house. If you over renovate the house, you make it specific to what you like, other buyers may not like your style. What I recommend is looking at other properties in the area and making rehabs similar to the ones that sold. And lastly, this is a bonus if you're hiring a contractor, is allowing the contractor to make renovations based off an eyeball test. A lot of contractors, they're very experienced. They can come in, just look at your property and guesstimate what it's going to cost to rehab. What I recommend is getting everything listed, get a line item of every single thing that's going to be done with the property so that you don't go over budget, and make sure you check the major stuff like plumbing, electrical, and foundation, which can cost you thousands of dollars if they have to be replaced.